smoke. Yes, I'm smoking alcohol all the time. I'm in tobacco smoke. Avoid being around tobacco smoke as much as you can. Okay. So, yeah, I know you wanted to talk about herbals. That's what you wanted to talk about at the beginning of this conversation, right? When we were talking about alternative medicines. Sometimes the best alternative medicine is actually lifestyle modification, right? There's no magic pill, either in traditional medicine or in alternative medicine, right? However, there are some calming herbs that have been used to help decrease agitation, help with focus. Chamomile, hops, kava, lavender, lemon balm, passion flower, and valerian. They may promote sleep. They're not usually helpful for calming daytime hyperactivity, though, or inattentiveness or impulsivity. Stimulants are usually better, right? Things that stimulate the part of your brain that controls the other parts of the brain. Because that's actually what stimulant medication is doing. Stimulant medication isn't calming your brain down. It's stimulating the part of your brain that controls everything else, right? So green tea, caffeine, those kind of things. No controlled trials are available to demonstrate significant benefits of things like ginseng or other stimulant herbs for ADHD, okay? There was one pilot study from Italy about ginkgo. Ginkgo can have serious side effects. You can bleed to death because you're taking ginkgo, okay? We can have a conversation separately just about ginkgo, right, if that's something you're interested in. But be careful, don't take any herbals without talking to somebody about it. There is a Canadian product called ADFX that combines ginseng and ginkgo that benefited patients with ADHD and dyslexia in one study that was sponsored by the manufacturer, right? It's all about money. There's money on either side. And the study might still be true, right? Okay. But follow that money. Pycnogenol, or European pine bark extract was significantly better than placebo, but though there in several psychological studies done by European companies who were selling that product, Pycnogenol. Neither evening primrose oil or St. John's wort supplements have proved any more useful than placebo for ADHD. Okay, so really you should wait. We should really wait until we've had better studies about these products before we try to take them, because you can get side effects and die from these things, okay? And like of the calming ones I mentioned, kava, hepatotoxic. It can cause your liver to shut down. I would feel safer with you taking teas like chamomile, hops, lemon balm, passion flower, valerian tincture. Aromatherapy is fine with chamomile or lavender, or teas of black or green and coffee. I would recommend doing that instead of taking a lot of these other stuff, okay? Yeah. That sounds good. Okay, we'll talk about those too. Because you're right, there are side effects for all kinds of things. Let's talk about our other stimulants. So, the British National Institute for Health and Clinical Excellence, or NICE, recommends stimulant medications as first-line therapy for adults with ADHD, but not as first-line for children, only children with severe symptoms. In the US, stimulants are first-line for children. Long-term effectiveness of this strategy is unclear, right? Stimulant medications do not usually improve oppositional or defiant behaviors. That's important, okay? A lot of the studies that support use of these psychostimulants were funded by the companies who make them. And there are some studies from non-paid researchers, not paid by the companies, that found they were very little better than placebo. So I think it's fair to have concerns about stimulants, just as I might have concerns about you taking kava or ginkgo. But better than placebo is still something, and a little better than placebo is still something. So there are various options available. Stimulant medications can be short-acting, like 3 to 6 hours, or long-acting, like a 24-hour cycle, or, more than 8 hours, okay? All of them come from methylphenidate, which, yes, has meth in it for a reason. Concerta is the one that we were talking about. Yeah, because you said you took Adderall. Yep. That is a combination of amphetamine and dexamphetamine, usually taken 10, 20, 30 milligrams a day, twice a day. Ritalin, Focalin, Metadate, Methylin, these are all short-acting options. The long-acting ones are like Concerta. You can take that like once a day for the whole day. Focalin, Adderall, Vyvanse, those are more long-acting options. Adderall XR we'll use for children. Usually the other ones we'll use more for adults. And then, of course, there's medium-acting. I've actually never seen anyone use the medium-acting. When I prescribe them, I'll do one long-acting, and then if that doesn't work, we'll add a little booster in the afternoon. So we'll do a long-acting and then an afternoon booster of a short-acting. The weight loss that you mentioned is a major side effect. And again, we always have to take EKGs and make sure there's no palpitations, no family history of heart issues, because some of these can, they can affect your heart. I wouldn't say they're cardiotoxic, but they can affect your heart. Insomnia is another side effect. Some people get drowsy on them, which is unusual, very rare. Psychosis, hallucinations, death, like sudden random death. Those very, very rare side effects absolutely can occur. It's true. But that's why we always check before giving those medications. We try to check, does this person have a clean bill of health? How's their heart? What kind of things could cause problems? Oh, absolutely. Just like you can bleed out from ginkgo. You just bleed to death. You take the ginkgo, you bleed to death. You can take some Adderall, and your heart can stop working. You can be that unlucky bastard. Fear everything. No, my point is actually not that you should fear everything, but that everything carries a risk. Medicine is all about risk assessment. What is going to cause you the greatest risk? And what is going to cause you the least risk and have the most benefit? And in a lot of people, a stimulant medication is less risk than, because most people, I have never had a horrible side effect like that with any of my ADHD patients, right? It happens. It is a thing that happens. Thank goodness I've never experienced that. And studies will show you, like the FDA studies for safety and everything else, found that you couldn't really prove that this was something that they were causing consistently, right? So these are medications that are safe. However, nothing is safe, right? You see kind of that paradox. Well, and that's why when we give them out, they're very controlled. Here, when I'm re-prescribing them here for people who need them, I'm only giving out like a month at a time. Sometimes 2 months. I can give up to 60 days at a time. Yep. Absolutely. So why do some people choose to take them? Well, for some people, people who have a clean bill of health, who have a low risk of any kind of these health side effects, the risk of struggling, in their employment and not being able to work, the risk of being unable to, work with other people in a way that other people can understand, the risk of basically becoming isolated, of suffering, that's a higher risk, right? Or the risk of having safety problems because you're so impulsive. If you get distracted by something, get run over by a car, or, ADHD can kill you also. Everything can kill you. Some people, those risks are much greater than the risk of being on a stimulant medication. And that's something that we have to take into account, right? How do I find you the best option for the least risk? I agree that for you, with mild to moderate symptoms, medication might not be the best option. If you have very severe symptoms, something to think into for the future. So medications are not a cure, though. They can't work unless you take them consistently. You have to take it regularly. If you stop taking it, it stops working. More than half of patients with ADHD kind of stop taking them without talking to their doctor. Talk to me so that we can do something alternative to help you out, right? On the other hand, people get reliant on it. That's the other end of the spectrum. Long-term costs, long-term effects. So, check and evaluate what's going to be useful for you. For some patients, medication is the right answer. You'll hear people who are like, my medication saved and changed my life because I was able to operate and have a happy life and talk to people, and I didn't feel like I was being controlled by something else because my brain was going all over the place, right? I was able to have peace with myself. That's a big deal. That's a big benefit. Well, that's why we do those tests beforehand, to make sure everything's safe. Yeah, there's a couple other options. We won't end on medication. There are some studies supporting the regular use of massage for ADHD because, improving blood flow to the whole body helps blood flow go to your brain. It affects those neurotransmitters, right? Reduces stress. Actually, even a 15-minute chair massage can improve your accuracy and speed on standard tests. There is a service to find a licensed massage therapist through the American Massage Therapy Association's locator service. That's one to write down, right? Absolutely. I think that's all that I have for you. Do you have any questions for me? I know, it's such a downer. Such a downer to end on. Everything can kill you. You know what can't kill you? Lentils. Lentils cannot kill you. Lentils have good omega-3s in them. I would focus on the ways that things can help you. I think we have a tendency to focus on the negative. And I lied, I'm totally going to eat an orange now. My tummy is empty. I love the sound of a peeling orange. I'm not very good at peeling oranges, though. Isn't that a lovely sound? What a lovely little orange, too. I'm listening. I think that's a fair concern. I think that I've given you a lot of information today, and you should wait to make a decision. And you should go talk to your non-secret doctor about it. Because you seem to be very interested and also afraid of medication since it keeps coming up. And I think you shouldn't take anything that you're not comfortable with because you need the placebo effect to help you, right? They are more effective than placebo, but you need that placebo part. I believe very strongly in using the placebo effect to your benefit. Like I said, some patients is very helpful. Not every patient. I think that everything therapy should be. Someone's flushing the toilet, so I have to pause now. All therapy should be individualized. Some people need stimulant medications, and some people should avoid them. Like if you have a crazy heart condition, which is why an EKG is valuable. Here comes Mango again. There's a little bird over there. There's also a naked person standing just off camera. Orange? No. Oranges are gross. Alright. going to be a nightmare to edit, but we will do our best. They don't really make a sound next to each other, do they? The sound of them tearing away is great, though. I don't know if you can hear that. All right, folks. You kind of like orange? Thank you. I hope that I've been able to assuage, A-S-S-U-A-G-E, some of your fears, help you feel a little better, relaxed, help you understand that you're not alone in this journey. It's very doable. It's very reasonable. There are a lot of alternative options, and